Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ESOC Autumn Championship 2018. We are here, Risi versus Tit. And Risi with Aztecs. I think this is a civ he's quite familiar with, actually. Aztecs and Brits and Russia are three civs I think Risi likes to play. And of course, Tit with the India, this is also a very familiar civ to him. So this is definitely a matchup that they may have prepared for, actually.
Yeah, probably. Oh, I do need to put the scores back to 0, of course.
Also, we check the Hans right now.
Right, Hans. That's the starting hunt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starting hunt 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have the same amount, but the ones for Risi do seem to be quite a bit further from the TC. Or is that just me?
I think this should be fine, actually. I mean, all the hunts are there, so...
Yeah, there's none missing. It's just that these two are a bit far away.
But then again, I mean, it could have been much worse. And I mean, for Tit, the hunts are less equally divided over the map, because there's nothing here in the south.
Yeah, okay.
I think this is fine. Let's see what these players are up to. Turn on the fog of war to see their scouting patterns. Usual happening.
Do you think that in this matchup they will just fight in Colonial, or does either of these civs want to age up?
I think definitely India wants to age up, but seeing how going to the Fortress Age is very popular in the current meta, I think even the Aztecs might do an H3 push. Never know, maybe we'll see some 10-10 shenanigans or some Puma rush, but I think they will probably go for the longer game here.
Oh, Aztec actually leaving one of his wood crates on the floor.
See, yeah, he doesn't need it necessarily. I mean, he could make a market with it, but then he also has to cut more wood and collect some coins. So he just says,
"I'm not
gonna pick it up." He
has 50 wood from a treasure, so he would just need a coin.
Maybe he's just too busy microing his hero right now, and he can always add a market later.
Both players equal on yaks at the moment. Wait, these are yaks, right? Yeah, they are yaks.
Let's see, the line is going down for Aztecs, but then again, nothing in terms of treasures has been picked up. Well, nothing worth mentioning. Only the small beavers.
Nice.
Nice, but right now not too influential yet. Since
not until he gets a market.
Warrior Priest is dancing. The 3 villagers are coming up. Nothing usual happening.
There are still 2 really good wood treasures on the map, so we will need
to
keep
definitely. I think they just had their priorities at collecting the yaks. There's still one 65. Here, and it's the last one.
I do think so, yes.
For Risi is actually pretty good, because he's of course got only one hero. So.
Oh, Risi is actually eating some of his yaks to age up quicker.
Okay, so this might actually be some sort of an aggressive push, because he's also leaving the 100 wood on the floor to save time. So he may definitely do something very aggressively here. Let's see if he sends villagers forward to build a war hut. He's sending one forward, but that may be for the hunt.
Yeah, that seems like a herding villager to me.
There's two dudes walking past the hunt, and they are definitely going for something aggressive.
Oh, look at the Aztec deck, actually. He has a decent chunk of water cards. Not for gathering, but for fighting.
I
do see that India actually does have the East Indiaman card, so maybe it was just a response to India potentially going for a water boom strat.
Something that Tit and, of course, his buddy Kinsey also really like to do is waddling up and going on the sea.
Yes.
If you remember the 2v2 tournaments, then they were the power team on water, so yeah.
Many walls, many fishing boats, many tiers.
This is actually quite important because the elephants delayed the warhead for a little bit. But of course he did get it up, but it's already getting damaged quite badly, so might be important later.
The
Risi
Explorer with his
is...
pet is probably going to chase this away though.
So he did do some damage, maybe like 400,
Wait,
but then...
age with... Yeah, he actually aged quickly to Colonial.
quickly putting up the warhead close to Tit's base, maybe as close as he can, and definitely going for something aggressive here. But the big fort and of course the cows also, he's getting a nice wall.
Wow, yeah, the cows. Because you can't actually steal these when they're this close to the base. So these just make pathing extremely awkward.
Yeah, so this is already going to be some sort of a wall. Maybe he adds in real walls later. Stealing this treasure.
These are actually better, to be honest, because you literally cannot get... Oh, wow, enlist the regulars.
Straight for the turtle, like...
yeah. For those of you who might not be too familiar with Asian civs, this is basically colonial militia for that civs.
Yes, exactly. It's it gives the town center more damage and also gives you the ability to make the Minutemen again a second time.
In bigger batches, even. This makes the town center one-shot mace and Puma.
Yeah, and that's quite an important feature. Let's see if Rishi is still going to continue with this aggressive build that he started.
Think he can.
Getting a free warhead, which is actually pretty good. That's 250 wood. Free from this treasure.
And he does ship the mace. I don't think he can do much more with that besides just poke at villagers, perhaps. There's just no way you can push under the colonial militia TC with Aztec units until you have a massive amount of coyotes.
It's just going to slow down Tit.
I actually would have liked that second warhead to be more placed on a shore somewhere, like here perhaps or something, just in case he does go for the water so he can see it.
Yeah, perhaps. So far, nothing in terms of water is coming out for Tit, but he's just been turtling up now, finally walling his base with real walls. He has got decent amount of hunt back in his base, but at some point he needs to break out, of course.
Or go on water.
Yeah, so one of these things. At least he needs to break out of his base and not be turtling, but for now he's fine. Let's see if Rishi can do any damage. A bit louder, by the way, so maybe you can either turn me down or turn yourself up a little in volume.
I've turned you down already, but I guess not enough.
Maybe my voice is too loud.
Yeah, it should be good now. Wait, maybe I'm just really quiet. No, never mind. Yeah, this should be good now.
Right. So 9 Mesa Haltons now out, and this gives him a total of 28 Mesa Haltons along with 8 Pumas, and it's go time. See if he can do any decent damage here. The Pumas are on the fort, so he's probably going to take down this fort. Meanwhile, the Pumas are just, basically the elephants are tanking all the Mesa Halton shots.
Yeah, and look at this town center just one-shotting the Pumas. He really needs to move those Puma out of the town center range if he wants to take down this fort.
Yeah, I don't know if he can, but there are only 3 Pumas left, and he may not take down this fort at all. It's on 2800 HP, and all the Pumas are down.
Yeah, look at the Gurkha mass, by the way.
Hero now dead, which gives a lot of XP.
Yeah, this was just... He should have paid attention to the town center damage and realized he just cannot do this. Like, Aztec is so vulnerable to enlist regulars. All their units except the Coyote Runner get 2-shot. Or 1-shot rather. Consulate also up. Let's see if he is aligning himself. No, it seems he is waiting for the 300 export to align himself cheaper.
Yeah, and meanwhile, what is Rishi doing? I mean, he just sent all his military shipments, so only thing he can do now is maybe send something like or villagers or try to get some sort of economic advantage. But pushing in with 10 Pumas, and this time he will definitely get down the fort, because it's still on very low HP, but then he has got the fort down, but
The TC is still up, and that's the thing that actually does the damage.
there's not much that fort did anyway, except train a little bit of units.
It does give 320 experience, which is nice.
It's like half a shipment right now.
It's a shame his Explorer wasn't alive to give the aura, though. Oh, he even has the market upgrade for his War Chief aura. Yeah, he got the Fire Pit upgrade to double the aura effect.
Oh, but does that work when your hero is down?
No,
I don't think.
No, it does not.
You should have all D'd it. But,
That's not allowed, I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Oh, and yeah, we do have the 300 expert, so he can align himself with Ottomans here and get cheap villagers. Very nice.
Yeah, definitely a good economic advantage for him in that regard. Let's see, the yaks are being repositioned to form as a little bit of a wall again.
Oh, wow.
Houses going up in the back. Market upgrades being done. Civil servants is now on the way.
Yeah, all tier 1s for India done, and Aztec is only just now getting the market up, getting hunting dogs. Of course, Aztec doesn't even have the option of going for tier 2 market upgrades. We actually see gardeners instead of settlers.
The economic route at this point yet.
The theory here is, I guess, if these 3 gardeners kill more than four villagers, it's better than 4 villagers.
And it also means that it doesn't cost resources on your side of the map, so it may actually be better than making 4 villagers. Let's see if they can get anything done. They're now arrived at Risi's base.
I think this is one
for sure.
Dead. I don't think a second one dies.
Like these ones, or even these ones, are very vulnerable, so you should be able to do more damage if he scouts out.
These yak walls, though.
Definitely a nice free wall for him that's portable.
Ooh,
Sours.
And there's not many Puma left, so... does the sour multiplier versus infantry affect coyote runners?
Very good question. Let's... Don't think so? I don't think so.
So you don't think coyote runners qualify as an infantry unit in the counter system?
It's hard because they also have a penalty against heavy infantry.
Yeah, but coyote runners are definitely not heavy infantry, right? Because then skirmishers would get a multiplier versus them.
So it's just... I don't think they should get a multiplier. I mean, if it would, that would be really OP, so... I'm just going to assume. Okay, so let's see. At some point, to push out. He's got 5 animals back here, and then he definitely has to push out to this hunt. So he is expanding his base a little bit, and going for the raid here. He has scouted out these villagers, and Risi's going to lose at least 3.
Well, there's only 3 there, so he can't really lose more. Well, until...
yeah, exactly.
Until he gets...
Till, he goes here, or... Yeah. So, okay, 3 villagers down. And he's going away again, so...
And Risi is just trying to mass up an army, it seems. Mostly coyote runners, which is what he does need against a enlisted regulars town center. You just can't rely on Puma.
Yeah, exactly.
There's so many sepoy being made.
By the way, Tit also did send the 4 villagers from his Ottoman consulate, so he also got the 4 free villagers. Villagers or 5 eco pop ahead.
Oh, he also got both tier 2 upgrades except civil servants.
It is definitely quite a bit ahead in terms of eco.
For sure.
But, however, Risi does have the 4 warrior priests, which gives him quite a bit of either training speed or attack or XP.
He could even use it to get his explorer back, right? Or is that only in fortress and upwards?
I think you can. Yeah, I think maybe you can even from H1. I'm not quite sure, but... just walks to this, it's also back up again.
Yeah,
It's
of
almost full
course.
HP, so
He really is an explorer. That's the thing, because the aura after having upgraded it is really good. And we do see the water card actually from Risi
it
being shipped
is.
here.
Now this is his moment to just turtle up again and just claim the whole water and hope that Rishi doesn't notice it. There's even a villager here, so he can build more docks or maybe castles to defend.
Yeah, those castles are going to be awkward to hold against the land army of Risi, though. Yeah, it seems like Risi is just content to try and contain the India player, but with this dock going up, that's just not going to work. There's enough resources on the water to last it, like, what, another 20, 30 minutes?
Of course. What I think Rishi should do actually is just take this entire trade route, at least two of them, for stagecoach, maybe even take the third one, and that's like another 6 villagers or 10 villagers. How many trade posts
If
you
he
take?
takes all 3, it's about 12.
He should definitely just take these trade posts. They're just up for grabs, and he did already send a 600 wood like 2-3 minutes ago. So it's really a shame that none of these players are going for it.
I think he feels like he just needs to make a ton of army, because if he doesn't keep making units, the India player can probably break free of the contain.
He's already now pushing in for another raid, but luckily there are 3 Puma here to defend.
I think
Puma
3 Puma will
this.
lose to this cavalry mass, though.
Definitely. And Risi responding with just his coyote mass going to chase down the
could catch
cavalry.
these, actually.
Because the Mesa Hottons and Puma are following behind him, so... but he's not going to catch them, unfortunately.
He might scout the dock here, though, if he keeps pushing that way.
He couldn't have scouted it with his home city water flag. He looks like he placed it on the other side of the water.
He did replace that thing, yeah.
This villager here, and of course maybe he scouted his dock already, so he knows what's up. He knows Tit is on the water.
He might be shipping the 3 buccaneers.
Does he have enough coin for that? It is 500 coin, I believe.
Well, look at how many vills he has on coin. It might already be on the way.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. He did just send a shipment, so and this water flag is here, so he might those 3 warships, which are definitely very strong.
Foreign logging coming in for India. Yeah, it's a real shame that Tit wasn't able to get a castle up here.
Look at that. Rishi just switched his warrior priest to the attack dance. So this means it's time for war, basically. I think it also applies to warships. I'm not quite sure.
I'm not sure. I know the Sioux Siege dance does. Oh, but it's Coyote Combat. It's not the privateers.
Okay, so it's still go time for him. His hero is in the back. He should definitely bring it to the front, put it in cover mode.
At least provide the aura. Even though he's kind of running out of shipments, he can ship infinite 600 coin, which is definitely...
Yeah, definitely. Nice. Okay, so looks like no fight happening quite yet. Still the attack dance is on, so Rishi has all the intention to start a fight pretty soon here. Maybe the Coyote are going to flank from the side. I mean, that's what flanking means. Let's see, he's just positioning his units and now going in.
That's a lot of Aztec units, but at the same time, there's a lot of India units. Oh, the Puma connecting with the Sours.
Puma in really good position here, but still these Seaboy are really melting all the Coyotes. A lot of Aztec units are left behind.
Oh, and look, there's really the enlisted regular batch, along with Redcoats.
The Redcoats. And that good for Aztecs anymore.
No, that's just a lot of minimum. Look, even the batch of irregulars as well. This is just too many units for India.
Definitely. More Coyote coming in, but there's still so much anti-cavalry along with the Redcoats.
Yeah, and there's even Sours left for when these Puma die.
And at the back of that, he's got like 50% more eco because he's got quite a bit of water. He's got two docks up. So a lot of market upgrades.
It's
So
going to
he's
be very awkward for Aztecs. I don't think he can do anything here. The War Dance did really help him in that fight, though.
yeah,
And if he
of course
can
he's got
keep
the
fighting
10.
with that dance up, maybe he can do something, but it's really awkward. Especially because he's kind of running low on resources.
Has got 10 warrior priests. Well, no, only 9 warrior priests on the pit. So I think that's like 9% more attack. I'm not quite sure what the.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the math on that is either.
I think it's like 2 villagers is like 1% or something. So
Oh, Tiger Claws, and those are really good against Aztec.
yeah, and now the India army is just as big as it was before, basically. But some of those are, of course, 0 HP Minipan.
Does he still have... he does have a couple of them left, yeah. There's still a lot of Sour, though, and there is not many Puma left.
Okay, War Dance coming up for Risi again, so...
Does he have the 10th Warrior Priest yet? Let's take a look.
Also really pushing out for resources. I mean, Risi in the middle of the map, Tit going to the middle of the map. So this is really the fight that will probably decide the game, because whoever wins this wins the map and gets control over the resources.
Yeah, to be honest, I think Tit can actually afford to lose this fight as long as he doesn't lose it too badly.
Yeah, and Tit may not even have to fight already. I mean, he's just now putting up a castle.
Wow, yeah.
And 2 warheads, yeah, they are really fighting for the resources and for the center of the map here.
I do think the castle loses the fight to the 3 warheads, though. Recruit Buccaneers, and there they are.
Okay, let's see. Finally, we have some sea fight.
Oh, but look, there's plenty of docks to to garrison the fishing boats in.
Those dogs do also a little bit of damage. Castle not quite up yet. It now is, so it can also help defend the shore.
Yeah, these 3 Buccaneers won't be able to take down these docks, I'm pretty sure. And he doesn't have a dock to repair. Yeah, the first Buccaneer is already dead. That
Didn't do
castle's
that much
not gonna
damage.
survive, though. Oh, but look, at the same time, India just pushing in on the warheads. And
Yeah,
India has
no.
way more siege than Aztec.
He's trading. India is just going to push and probably just steamroll. I mean, his units are stronger and are in much greater numbers.
He still has the Tiger Claws as well, I'm pretty sure. And if those ever connect with the maze are just dead. He even has desert combat, so the Sours are going to absolutely demolish these maze as well. Yeah, just look at that. They 2-shot them, I'm pretty sure.
Tiger claws. Oh, they're just scattered all between the units. They're not really doing anything.
Oh, that's a lot of Puma though, but Risi.
There it is. GG.
Yeah, so wait, that's a
1-0
better.
for
The
Tit.
Sours actually exactly 2-shot Mace Hulton.
Even including the range assist.
Well, it's melee, right? It's Sour.
Bit laggy for sure.
Tit outgathering Aztec throughout a decent portion of the late game. And it was about equal before then. But just, yeah. Look at that first, like, real fight they did. And you can also see at the start, he's just bleeding units on the static defense. And then he's just equal with units, but he loses the fight because the India army is more powerful.
Fight went really poorly for him as well, so... Let's see, they are lobby, I see, so we can go into the next game. Don't forget to update the score and maybe do something for the sound, balance it a little more.
Wait, it's still bad?
Sure, if it's still bad. I haven't seen complaints, but it work anyway.
Oh, game is up.
I'm in the lobby.
Oh, okay. So Tit has to first pick, correct?
Yes.
Ooh, Hudson Bay. Another water map. And Brits. Why am I not surprised?
Okay, Risi going for Russia.
Oh, that's interesting.
I really like the matchup Russia-Brits.
Really? Ah, okay. I'll trust you there. I don't play any of these European civs, so...
Quite a lot of Brits, and I don't like to play versus Russia, but I do find the matchup interesting.
So as Russia, do you 5-4-13 here, or...?
Sure on EP, but that's what a lot of people do against Brits.
Okay.
As Brits, you just ship the tower and defend with longbows.
Oh, with longbows?
Well, first batch of hussars. Units should be hussars, probably. You can get 4 or 5 of them out and then kill all the Cossacks and Strelets. And after that, build longbows.
Oh, yeah, I thought, like, making longbows against Cossacks seems a bit suboptimal.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tit versus Risi123. We're here on Hudson Bay, going into the second match. It's currently 1-0 for Tit, and they are going to fight British versus Russia. A very nice straight line in the center of this map. Let's see if the Huns are fair, and then we can go and get into this game.
It seems okay, yeah. They both have 3 Huns near the town center, and then you have the 4 in the middle here, and the 3 stretched across the bottom here.
Yes, I think so too. This should be fine.
Oh, there seems to be a lot of load time for somewhere here.
It seems like one of these people's computers may not be optimal.
We do also notice immediately that it's the island spawn of the water, which does allow weird stuff like building towers on them or whatever to try and fight water. So we might need to keep an eye out for that with Tit in the game.
Town centers from like Portuguese you see on there. You see some weird stuff.
You know, like an early dock, and then he ships the tower wagon from aging up to this island or whatever.
A lot of that weird stuff. Maybe we see a blockhouse there. Maybe
that's
just
a very close manor house at the town center. Wow. Does that serve a purpose, or is that just to save villager seconds?
Yeah, I think right now it's for villager seconds, but I would have liked it maybe right next to the mine or something to get a little bit of a wall up. Look at this. Risi going for 60 wood, which is
oh yeah, that's nice.
important for Russia. It can help you get your blockhouse up, or in this case, get a market up.
He's going to use it for hunting dogs, I guess. Well, for his house, I guess.
Yeah, so one of these.
Yeah, bought wood. He's mining a bit more coin, and then once he gets the treasure, he can get hunting dogs.
And
very nice start.
Tit's actually going for the same 60 wood here, also for hunting dogs. So far. Experience. Let's see, Tit actually chopping a little bit of extra wood, so he's going for an extra house and not just hunting dogs.
Ooh, that's definitely the... Oh, I just looked at the Brit deck. That's that's a Tit deck.
Okay, so it may be that he's not even building an extra house.
It's just going straight for the dock, you mean?
Because he's over chopping. He's already on 140 wood.
A manor costs 140 on EP.
Yeah, but then just have waited until he got his wood, but whatever. I mean, he's now getting 60 wood, and then he has got 60 much. But okay, so he's going for an extra manor, which is, I think, the most logical solution. Of course, more wood being picked up by Risi. So this is
Oh wow, 95. Yeah, that's definitely for a blockhouse, right?
150 food just guarded by one polar bear. He must have shot the other one
Yeah, there's
earlier.
no way that this is a treasure. He must have crack shot
But,
one.
but that would have been reason to restart actually, or at least say, hey, you can take it, because one polar bear only is, of course, very OP. But he did shot the other one earlier then. Let's see, getting a Native American warrior. They're just only scouting and gathering treasures on their own side of the map, so no interaction between those two players yet. Risi actually stopping getting this treasure and going to the center of the
My
map.
microphone was muted.
No problem.
Oops.
He stopped getting this treasure here and he went for the scout. So he scouted out this treasure maybe with like a sheep or something. I'm not quite sure how, but
I don't think either player has sheep at the moment. Oh wait, no, Tit has one sheep.
the sheep, but maybe he ate it.
Oh, thank you, Lacastete, for your donation.
Oh, a donation. Thank you a lot for donating and of course for playing today, Lacosta. Okay, so now going again for the Native American warrior. Meanwhile, Tit scouting out the shore and the top side of his map. That's really good because there's always like treasures or mines or hunts or resources in like the top
Yeah.
side. Yeah, in
That,
this
that
corner.
is a really nice treasure for him at the moment.
Yeah,
You can see him chopping a lot of wood at the moment. Of course, being Brits, you'll just love wood. And getting 100 extra is just so nice.
Look at this scout from Risi also going to this side. He's definitely scouting out any dogs from Tit. I mean,
I really love this blockhouse placement.
yeah, definitely right next to the trade post, to the water, in the center of the map, to hunt treasure. Yeah, good placement. Still trying to figure out what is Tit doing. He's now 8 up, so he can scout out which politician he
stable.
chose. Yeah, so starting stable. So that's, I think, a good response to the 5-4-13 Russian push. It's when you just send all the military shipments Russia has in H2 in one big succession. So you start with sending 5 Cossacks, and from there you just keep on pushing and sending shipments.
Yeah, 5
in that
Cossack,
way.
4 Cossack, 13 Strelets. 5-4-13.
Yeah. Response to that is starting out with Hussars, I think. Also with the tower, of course, much better than 500 foot in this case, because this tower can really help him defend against any aggressive behavior.
Musketeers as the first batch. Oh, a trading post actually going down for Russia. Oh, British explorer getting caught here, maybe?
Nope. Yeah, there he is. Okay, he's getting away though. But that does mean Tit knows what's up.
Mm-hmm.
There,
we don't see schooners or a dock yet, so maybe Tit just kind of baiting Russia here with the deck.
If you're going water, I think you want to send 700 wood first for British, because it's just necessary for your infrastructure. So
5 Hussar do pop out, but we do see the 5 Cossacks, the 5-4-13 in full progress here.
yeah, and
If these
and
Cossacks
also
get caught by the Hussar, though, they are very much dead.
my response to the 5-4-13, like the 5 Hussars first and tower up in your base. This is, I think, a good response from Tit. Keeping it cool, not pushing in super hard yet, just taking down Manor House for the XP and also the population cap.
Well, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to take that down, though. It has a lot of hit points.
Yeah, 1800, of course, versus the standard 1200, so a 50% increase.
Oh, it's not 5-4-13. He realizes that the Brit player is very much turtled up, and he ships the 700 wood instead to help boost his eco and infrastructure. Maybe get more trading posts. He might be going for stagecoach.
He's definitely going for more for more trading posts, because, well, 700 wood going straight to the bottom. He may actually just opt and go for, okay, you're not taking the water, so in that case I'm just taking the map and I'm going to do it myself.
He did scout the shores, and I do think that he pushed in far enough to see the wood being shipped. Oh,
Very
nice
good
stealth
scout
check.
placement. Yeah, he just went into stealth, and now he can see any villagers or raids or anything that's
He
passing
is going to
through.
go for Stagecoach here. He has the entire line. I would imagine Stagecoach getting researched very soon.
His hussars actually will scout the hero. Yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
going to take him down.
Yeah, this
They
is
have
not
to
going
be.
up. Not anytime soon,
No
at
way.
least. Oh, never mind.
Hussars are going away,
It
so he
just
can
decides to
actually
give it to him.
he's just going to take the trade post, but now adding in
Oh.
some musketeers.
He wanted to bait the foundation.
Maybe he wanted to bait
Ooh, Explorer stuck a little bit. Oh,
20 HP, one more
wow.
hit. Just one more hit.
That is quite, quite close. 5 settlers being shipped by Tit. So yeah, no water carts any time inside, it seems. And then there's the stagecoach upgrade. So Russia in an interesting position here. Brit is definitely still ahead in villagers, I would say, but it's a lot closer now with these 3 stagecoach TPs.
See, did actually go for steel traps because Risi is already on steel traps, and he's only on hunting dogs. So
He does also have the placer mines and the first wood upgrade, though.
yeah, so he does have the 10% to everything, but not yet the full 20% to hunting. Going for 700 gold. This could be for an age, but yeah, I think it's going for an
It
age.
probably is, judging by his resource distribution.
Going for like musketeer and Cossack spam, but look at his food count. He's
Yeah.
right on the 1200 mark. So
And that might actually come to bite him in the ass here. Tid is massing up quite a large army.
he is, but on the other hand, he's also walling up and booming away. So he may not necessarily want to push.
He's probably just building the army to try and contest these stagecoach TPs.
Yeah, definitely, but looks like he's not really committing to it yet. Maybe he wants to age up himself or wait for more reinforcements.
Doesn't look like it at the moment, but the moment he sees Russia reach Fortress, he does have to do something. Either save up for an age up of his own, or just push really hard and punish Russia for aging up. Because we have to remember, Brits do not have the fast age up politician, so following an age up is really difficult. And yeah, he's just going to push into these trading posts now that he noticed that Risi is probably behind on army.
Now got steel traps as well, so that's good for him. He's still way ahead in terms of economic power. And look at this catch. These Cossacks are perfectly going to catch these hussars here, except a very slow response from both players.
Yeah. These are upgraded Hussar, by the way, in the sense that they have cavalry hit points. Oh, but these musketeers getting caught a bit just before veterancy kicks in. Not ideal.
Let's see what Risi is actually going to send as his first shipment here. Oh, there it is. Elf musketeers. That
11.
is decent. Okay, so the musketeers in hand combat with the hussars, so doing really good damage actually.
Yeah, and at the moment, it is not looking like he will follow an age up, so he's going to try to fight the fortress Russian army with just his colonial British.
Still way ahead in economic power, so
Which is definitely
it's
awkward because
important
these
that
veteran musketeers have the same stat as colonial musketeers from Brit, so until those 2 cards come in for the British, these Russian musketeers are just so much more efficient than the British ones.
yeah, in terms of cost efficiency, they are really.
Well, stats as well, because they're veteran for Russia.
But they're still.
Yeah, they
more
have the exact same
potential to
stats.
upgrade.
So until the cards for Brit come in, the Russian musketeers have the same stats, but are just cheaper.
Being trained faster, which is also important in the long run. Tit building more manors, just adding to his eco count. He may at some point, but for now he's just booming away with his manor houses, and I think he's fine with that.
Oh,
He can still do more market upgrades. Really on OP position. If you know that your hero or your enemy has got a stealthy scout, wise to sometimes check with your hero.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, these falconets are going to be really difficult to get to. He needs to get them with Hussar pretty much, but there is a decent bunch of musketeers here. And more coming in, just training 10 per batch here is Russia.
Snipe it down sneakily, so he really has to push in with... Oh, look at that. Melee musketeers.
Yeah, I don't think
now
it's going to be fall for this, though.
The musketeers shoot... Musketeers are not really around his falconets, so the falconets are...
Yeah,
one of them is down now.
They will eventually go down here, but at what cost?
Yeah, exactly. It cost him so much. Even his Minutemen.
Yeah, Russia is ahead in age and ahead in military population, which is...
Tears left.
Which is not good. Oh, we do finally have a dock come up for that, though.
We have like an epic polar bear battle here against villagers. Getting 100 wood, which is actually quite strong, so worth it. Okay,
yeah,
so...
is going to have to turtle like he's never turtled before. Oh, wow, look at this.
He's still one up, securing his hunts, but they will still run out at some point, so going water here is maybe the correct choice. He did just send 6 longbowmen instead of schooners, and that is a bit awkward.
I think he knows he just needs units.
But 6 longbowmen is quite useless in terms of how many resources it gives him. I mean, schooners is a better choice in the long run here. But he's going for the attack, and let's see if he can make something happen against 80 musketeers. I think it's going to be really hard to break this.
Yeah.
He's just gonna flood its army, so...
I'm also not sure why he keeps adding more and more Hussar. There's so many musketeers.
Like there's Cossacks or Strelets being trained. The only thing they can do at this point, and that's what they're going to do, is raid. And he may be able to take some villagers here, or...
Oh, we actually have a siege foundry up for... or not really foundry, rather, for Russian.
Really, yeah.
Falconets with 1,000 coin shipment. And we saw how much Tit had to pay to clear those initial 2 Falks. So if he gets like 2 or maybe even 3 out here, that's just going to be massive.
Tit has got 36 villagers on wood, so almost all of his villagers, and he's just pumping out boats without schooners. So he's just paying the full 100 wood price. Well, not 100 wood, 70 wood.
Yeah, on patch.
On patch.
Oh, it's 3 falconets. No, 4. Wow. Yeah, I don't see Tit holding this, and now he's
schooners coming out. Fishing boats are finally down to the... What is
even
it?
a mill.
40.
Yeah, unless he can do some crazy hold with caravels or something, I just don't see what he can do here. 4 falconets versus a colonial army is just so awkward.
One manor house. Yeah, definitely. Tit does have a lot of coin, but no food, so not nearing an age up yet. Even on mills now, doing the mill upgrade is being tucked away. Still spamming boats, of course, but he's not getting food fast enough.
Yeah.
Time soon. Let's see what is in queue.
He even used Minutemen already as well, so he can't rely on those.
Percent is going down quickly. I mean, 100 hit points a shot, I believe. Oh, 200 hit points a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, going to be really hard to defend. The score is Risi now in the first time this game. Of course, the stagecoach really adding in a lot of resources.
Yeah, for sure. These Hussar are going to need to do so much work.
He doesn't spot them.
Eco theory.
Let's see, where is the scout from VC? It must have gone down at some point.
He's sieging with it, I believe, last I checked.
Might
have like died to down center fire or something. The Hussar trying to force a distraction and just see if maybe he can force Risi to fall back, but I don't think Risi's going to fall for that.
Tit, as a master of the sea and of turtling, is going to the little island, like you said, at
Oh my
the start
god,
of this game.
please no.
Actually, 10 of them against this like 20 hussars is going to be actually pretty close.
Oh, Cav archers will demolish hussars. Oh, that's some villagers maybe going down though. They do have great coat.
None? I think.
Oh, look at the fishing boat! It's trying to rescue them!
Oh, he's going for the fishing boat garrison bug, but maybe these cavalry archers are just going to snipe down the fishing boat. Very good response from
Caravel.
Risi.
Yeah, okay, the Caravel can definitely save the Hussar.
Still sailing away, even without a sail.
I would imagine that the next car bridge ships here is offshore support. And yeah, he's just going to turtle it out on the water.
Yeah, like all his base are belong to Risi at this point, and let's see. A new town center coming up. He's going full for the.
I'm surprised he didn't make it on the island, actually.
There with a fishing boat, I believe.
And yeah, Risi just realizing he needs to somehow contest this water.
There's still the 4 falconets, all on full HP, sniping down this town center in one go.
There's offshore support. Look at the falconets bugging out, though.
Falconets are doing a little dance.
Offshore support, of course, being nerfed on patch, not increasing the range by quite as much.
I actually was not aware of that. Only adding 2 line of sight instead of 5. Okay.
Ooh, the falconet's actually getting caught by the Hussar here, oh my god. He needs to add culverins, because culverins absolutely destroy warships on the patch.
Yeah, but I'm not quite sure if he actually wants to contest the sea at this point or just the landmass, because...
Yeah, he definitely needs to not die on land first, and he just lost so much.
Still pumping out units, and Tit is actually population capped, so...
Oh yeah, he's housed, because his manors got sieged down, of course.
It is still winning on the sea, but I don't think... Well, in the long term, I mean, he's... Water will run out at some point.
But I don't see it. Where is that second mill?
The trade post going up? The Chrisie?
Oh, wow.
Mill either, where do you see that he has one?
Yeah, it's in queue, but... Did it get cancelled, maybe? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It said there was a second mill in queue.
Interesting.
No, there's only one. Yeah, I don't know. He must have cancelled it or something. Oh,
Hey,
there's the Manchus. Oh my god.
Manors and towers going up here. It's just one big sim city of buildings.
And Risi is making a frigate, it seems.
A new town center, so he can hopefully finally age up. He still doesn't have a lot of coin income because, well, there's only 4 whales, so that means 16.
And he doesn't even have well oil yet, so... I wonder if this dock will survive long enough for that frigate to get up. And yeah, he is adding culverins, and that's exactly what he needs.
Tit's eco is still ahead, though.
The frigate does get out.
The score is still ahead, which is really surprising. Oh, a frigate.
And Caravel? Oh, I mean, look at the upgrades on the Caravels, though. He has both the damage and the HP upgrade, along with offshore support. So these Caravels can actually totally fight this frigate. He needs to get that town center up, and his culverins really need to get out as soon as possible.
The town center is almost up. Trade post is now also up for Tit. Therefore, Tit is up as well. Let's see if he's going to age up immediately. We should see the resource drop. There it is. Tit is now aging up.
If he gets like a batch of 3 culverins, though. It's only 2, but yeah, just look how much damage they do. They have 12.5 times multiplier versus ships.
Where do you see them? Yeah, oh, there they are. 12.5. Yeah, that's really an insane number.
Yeah.
That's like...
They do 500 damage per shot to caravels.
And it has...
Yeah, it takes
has
three
like 1200,
Covering
yeah,
shots
3
to kill a
shots.
caravel.
Yeah,
So he needs
that's
one more Covering, and then he just one-shots caravels with a volley.
insanely good.
And these are also like really long range as well, so he could even start picking off buildings with them, although they don't have quite as much damage as a Falk.
Okay, so the Culverins are now going...
Oh, they are way overextending here, in my opinion.
Let's see. Going to try to snipe down the Culverins or just run away.
Oh! Canoes. And those...
Big overkill.
Yeah, that is the largest overkill ever. He needs more Culverins, though. He also needs to focus fire them better so that they don't overkill.
Another micro, it's so awkward. You cannot actually like move your units
Look at
well.
these cavalry archers shooting the canoe.
That's awesome. Using his land units, but on land it's like 112 military pop against 46 and colonial age. So
yeah, and these matches are going to be very difficult to kill. Well, I mean, in general, everything's just going to be difficult to kill. Although now that the Culverins are down, his warships are uncontested. Did finally reaching Fortress here.
There's the H-up. It gives him also another ship, another caravel, which is really good.
Yeah, Risi just really needs to get like 6
He's going
out
H-up
or something, so he can just like one-shot 2 caravels at the same time.
Aging up and building another town center already.
Oh, is there... What is the problem?
Looks like there's a little bit...
I would like an explanation.
Maybe he has to take a bath. No, what happens to people?
I have like a problem. What? Oh, a camera, I guess.
What he means, but going for the OP
I'm
micro.
not sure what this is.
Is he probably micromanaging all his villagers right now? You can't really have an ESOC tournament without problems like these, so...
So why do you think Chrisie is going to industrial? Is it just for factories, or does he have some other great plan here?
And of course just more eco, yeah.
Oh, maybe the train upgrade for the trade posts.
Chrisie has got so much so many resources, so... The
if he can get multiples of 3 Culverins out, he can easily hold the shores. If he tasks the Culverins correctly. Like, 6 Culverins basically means you can't go near them with warships because you just one-shot 2 of them at the same time. Okay, he does have 1 batch of 3, so he will one-shot caravels now.
Until the upgrades come, of course, because he's already got armor plating, so...
Yeah, without armor plating, you only need 2 Culverins to kill them.
100 HP without it, I believe. Let's see, there they are. Down Matthew. 3 shots, and Matthew is down.
Canoes are actually a pretty decent answer to this, because, like you said, they just have massive overkill, and you can get a lot of canoes out.
And they're really cheap, they're like 100 wood. You can spam them.
Yeah, Risi is just making a ton of frigates here.
One mistake from Risi, he's not really securing the map he's already got secured. He could just have walled this, or put a town center there, or barracks, or just a single musketeer.
That's a lot of mills, I hadn't even noticed that.
Risi definitely should have secured this better, because this is just free real estate for him. He can just take this, and he's got like twice the military pop, so...
Yeah, he needs to be a bit more proactive with sending military units towards this side of the map, just to make sure that Dit doesn't try to claim that. Oh, 2 Falconets being added by Risi, just to put out some amount of siege pressure.
I think those 2 Falconets are actually from the H-up.
They might be, yeah. Oh, the Culverins, they are exposing themselves so much.
Oh, Tit actually shooting down the Falconets with his own Falconets and Micro here, but still Rishi
The
has got...
Culverins should mean the Cannon War goes to Risi here. Their Falconets have no business beating Culverins. But yeah, Risi miscontrolling it a bit. It does seem like he just retossed the Culverin and both Falconets go down. The problem is he only has one Culverin left now, so the warships are again just, yeah. Although there is a lot of static defense here, so I'm not sure if Tit can keep fighting with his warships.
One mortar now coming out. He's still got 2
Oh,
blockhouses and 2 town centers, and he should be able to win this on the water and also on the land.
Mortars destroy warships if you don't dodge the shots. This mortar is walking way too far forward here. Let's just quickly look at how much damage this game actually does. Oh, it only does 250 damage actually. What the hell? Did they nerf mortars?
The range really helps. It's
Yeah, the
just...
range is the big thing, of course. Oh, he's even upgrading them to howitzers.
Oh, even when he's only got 1 of them. That's funny.
It's
Rishi
kind of
still...
AFK at the moment, though.
It's three villagers to take out for Rishi. He should definitely just scout around a little bit more and just see where he's got the land and the map secured and where he hasn't, because away and is still ahead in score. Not in age, which is
Both
significant.
players actually got that Cree trading posting and got the upgrades from it.
Upgrade for decreasing building costs.
Yeah.
And you also have the Euron, which increases fish scatter rate and also
It gives you mantlets.
Yeah, a lot of mantlets. Like, if you have both of them, you can like flood your enemy with like 60 of those.
Oh, the howitzer a bit exposed here. And it goes down.
Yeah, of course, logical response for Tit. Tit now also aging up.
Oh, wow.
He's doing
If
exactly-
Tit actually pulls this off.
That would be insane. He's still really military population, but he can resupply pretty easily. And once he aged up,
And I think this is what Risi should have never allowed.
I mean, there's no reason for him to just not look at this forever. He could have walled it. He could have put a blockhouse down there. I mean,
Yeah.
why put the
Oh,
wall
wow,
here?
look at these walls!
There to there. I mean, it would have been easy.
He really needs to not expose his mortars like this, though. They need to be a bit further away from the shore.
Yeah, so this is really a shame for Rishi. I think he had this game, but right now it's actually looking better and better for Tit. Still got these 4 mortars, so Tit is not secured on the water at all. He's only got 1 frigate, 1 caravel, and a bunch of canoes.
Risi having to transition to plantations is painful, though.
Of course, Tit did do the same. It's also on 1 plantation here. Let's see, in terms of upgrades, factories are being upgraded. Mill has got the first tire upgrade for Rishi. Mills have got the second tire and plantations as well.
Trade monopoly!
Oh, trade monopoly. This...
Wait, did he revolt?
Oh,
Wait, no, I saw like Industrial Revolution or something was like, is that a revolt? No, it's not.
trade monopoly. So now he's got 5 minutes to take out 1 trade
he's even
post, I
upgraded his
believe.
blockhouses. So yeah, he's just going to turtle like mad. I'm kind of disappointed he didn't get Bastion as well before doing this.
This mortar boat can probably take out this trade post.
Yes.
He can, if he is standing as close as he can to it. And this trade post is also not really safe yet. And he cannot make this one, I believe. I think once you have the trade monopoly, you cannot build new trade posts.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure.
What's
So,
it? Long...
this
Oh,
was
he
his
used the long
plan
range on the
all along.
mortars.
Maybe for the past 5 minutes. Maybe it was his plan to turtle up. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I mean, this trade monopoly does put a lot of pressure on the Brit player here. Oh, these mortars are so exposed. Another Culverin coming out as well. Yeah, and look at him. He's dodging the shots really well. That is the downside to the mortars, of course. And that's why Coverins are generally better. Oh, he even has Coverin upgraded.
Boat going down now, and that's really a shame because how is he going to take down this trade post? He has to transport units over, maybe.
Yeah, I think getting that monitor actually makes it so Tit needs to basically win a land fight now. Oh my god, this Coverin is slowing down his army so much.
And it makes it easier for Tit to regain control over the sea. There's a little bit of a canoe battle here. There's one caravel against one caravel. But Tit's boats are like very superior. They're like 50% better in both attack
they are
and HP.
way better.
Yeah,
but the problem is Russia just lost his land army. If he can't hold these blockhouses, they are upgraded though. Like these are not standard blockhouses. But he actually did kind of win the water fight, so he does have the warships on his side now.
2 more frigates popped out. Let's see what these musketeers are going to do. Definitely he should send like 5 musketeers to this trade post. Maybe transport them over to here. It's easy. He's even got a caravel here. Out. Not transporting over military units, but transporting over
2 villagers gathering from that mine. Oh, the Coverin
right next to it.
Forward here.
Maybe he scouted out those 2 villagers with his with Risi's sheep. So will we finally see an end to this exciting match? Let's see.
He has
if,
2 minutes.
Oh,
the Strelets aren't guard yet. That is a bit of a problem. He really needs those to be guard.
I'm not quite sure if Tit realizes he's really very much literally on a clock.
Yeah, he might have not noticed maybe. Oh, Strelet combat arriving. That is also pretty good.
That's like 25% more.
Yeah.
Art Strelets also being researched, and then they're really buff.
He's even getting the standing army tech, which is from the church, to basically increase his infantry training speed.
Yeah.
Even adding horse artillery.
But he's really losing this. I mean, the musketeers from...
Yeah, but look, there's like 4 upgraded blockhouses here. The musketeers can't kill this fast enough. Not until that...
It realizes the trade monopoly. I don't think he realized it because, well, first of all, there was no comment. But he's not seizing this. He should definitely
he has a minute and a half. And now these Strelets are guard with Strelet combat. And he also just trains infantry really quickly now. And the horse artillery should be out. Where is the horse artillery?
He's first going to secure the land and then quickly take down the trade post. Because only 1 minute left. Artillery. Let's see if he can still make it happen. I'm not quite sure he realizes
he has horse artillery here now, so I think he can...
Oh, now he definitely realizes.
Oh, but look, there's Cav archers.
Down 2 trade posts. Because he built another one during the trade monopoly. Going down to...
Yeah, look at it. This is just... right-clicking that TP. He knows it needs to die.
He realized it before. Because he didn't focus on it at all. So
yeah, and
now
it's not enough he needs a second one. He needs to kill a second trading post.
Now he's probably lost.
Yeah.
Or this... Yeah, he's now realizing it, and I think this is GG. 20 seconds left.
Well, he also is just losing everything, right? So...
Here, going for...
I think this might be the first trade monopoly victory we have in an ESOC tournament.
In one before, but most of the times the match is already decided at this point.
Yeah, trade monopoly.
GG.
Oh my god, they had its stables over at those 2 villagers. Trade monopoly victory, yeah. So, game 2 goes to Risi. Yeah, that monitor should have just sniped the trade post instantly with the special shot.
Yeah, GG, well done by Risi. It's now 1-1, and